I don't know what this is. I haven't even seen this thing yet, but
dude, I guess we're live now. So
all right, Trevor Watson.
What's up, everybody? We are on Weekend Hangover, episode 11.
Yes,
thank you guys
all
for
right.
jumping in and watching this thing.
Yeah,
a lot of racing to talk about. What's up, Bobby?
Hey man, Ricky-Bobby here. We're gonna do a little different tonight. We're gonna do a little bit more discussion type, and the topics we're gonna talk about tonight are SuperSport, World SuperSport versus MotoAmerica, and we got a bunch of different disparities in the bikes. And
well, there's no 750s in World.
Yeah,
Super,
there's no 750s.
Wanted to remind you,
it's Ducati Cup versus all the bikes. And then ladies racing, we got women's circuit racing started this
World
weekend.
WCR.
Yeah, World Circuit Racing or Women's Circuit Racing. God,
the class that Mal Dobbs is in.
Yeah, and then and now we got a couple more ladies in MotoAmerica, which is kind of cool. And Cianella Dreyer on the box, so we'll talk a little about that. We got MotoAmerica Superbike wide open championship.
Dude,
holy crap!
Bobby
ADR versus Attack Performance Yamaha, and then we got our man Rocco on the box in two classes, twins and King of the Baggers. We're going to talk a little bit about. I think somebody mentioned on Track Day Junkies Unleashed that Rocco's balls finally dropped in the King of the Baggers, so it's pretty sick.
And then it helps that it wasn't raining.
I know. And finally, we'll be talking about World Superbike. Toprak. Is he on a dominant package?
He's a fucking alien, dude.
Is he going to crush it this year?
He's
and then
Johnny Ray
in the Cowie in 2015. And is it signs of things to come? And then I think Dustin want to talk a little Legion Superbike. So
yeah. I mean, we'll get it rolling with Legion Superbike. We'll start.
Yeah, we can do that.
I just want to give my buddy Cooper a shout out real quick because he, I'm one of the few people that have started a race club in this country. Actually, I'm probably the only one that started two. And he had his race weekend last weekend at Howlett in Oklahoma, and it was pretty successful, man. Big checks handed out and all that. So, Cooper, if you're listening, good job, bro. That's all we got for that.
No, that's awesome. Howlett looks like a really cool track. I know.
Does it?
Dane and Corey West and them and Danny Eslick, I know, had raced a lot out there. So
the CMRA,
CMRA, that's it. Yeah.
So, yeah, not the Canadian one.
No,
the Texas one.
Yeah, the Texas one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, John Reedy,
of course,
all about
dude. Stop looking at the comments, dude. Stop.
I like engaging with the people. All right. So, do we have any guests? Oh, hey, there he is.
Oh shit! Look who it is.
Hey,
just like that.
What's up? Yeah, guys? Yeah. We have Cameron Petersen from the Attack Progressive Yamaha team.
Is that the official?
You should the Attack Performance Progressive Yamaha Racing team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think each year it's equally as long as the previous year.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm waiting for the Northern.
As Richard says, we deleted Cassius Lean off the suits, right? Wow.
All right. Dustin likes to bring it in hot.
He does. Yeah,
I
he's
know,
not that
I know
good.
how DC works.
Dude, he knows. He listens to this crap when we're at all the tests and shit too.
Oh, no. Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine.
And this isn't a beer, by the way. It's just
this isn't moonshine.
Of course, you're drinking. Yeah, that's like the non-alcoholic White Claws. Way to go, Cam.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Man.
So Cam, dude, you got on the box last weekend, man. Looks like you've been kind of making some progress. How's the
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at all that.
It kind of works.
Nice. No, it's getting there, not 100% quite yet. But it's each weekend it seems like it gets better and better. So now I'm stoked with the progress and honestly feel like I'm just getting started.
Yeah. Dude, it's been awesome to see from Road Atlanta to Road America to Barber getting dub in 2 races and then holding it strong, with a really stacked field this past weekend, man. That was like a lot of dudes up front. It was like 5 dudes.
Yeah, close racing and honestly, like positions didn't really show it this last weekend on my side of things. Got screwed in qualifying a little bit then, but yeah, I felt like I rode better in race 1 than I did race 2, which is kind of weird. So, but yeah, just man, the racing's so good at the moment. I think we can all expect every single race weekend from here on out to the end of the season, it's going to be 5-6 guys at the front.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their
looking
bikes
like
dialed
that.
in.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously what Josh did at Road America was pretty cool, and in race 2 kind of rode away from us, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that for the rest of the year.
No, I don't think so either. And when Cam B comes back, we'll see how he heals up, but I don't see him being at the tip.
I seriously think it's, dude, anybody that ever counts that guy out. Yeah. Like that dude's an axe murderer, man. Like,
yeah, for
whenever
sure.
he's on the grid, he's a threat to win.
Yeah.
Bottom line, right?
Yeah. Especially, I mean, seriously, what the Titleist guys have done with that package. Anytime I'm on track and behind Cam, obviously Cam is incredible on a motorcycle, but that thing's working so good.
So did you catch any of the other races last weekend besides the ones that you were in?
I did. I actually just caught up on my World Superbikes today.
Nice.
Yesterday was a long travel day, so yeah, I caught up on my World Superbikes. But unfortunately missed out a few classes. Like I haven't seen anything from what's it, the WRC?
Oh, WCR, yeah.
Dude, because of this,
that'll be
a
quick conversation, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did see like a few little clips on Insta, and dude, it looked like some good racing. Those ladies were going at it at the end of, I think it was race 2 or something. It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. There was
Dude,
a lot
I didn't even know that was like a legit like world champions are in that race until I turned it on.
Yeah.
Like that Anna Carusco and Maria Herrera, like they're legit animals.
They're legit.
Yeah.
I still think Kayla goes over there and kind of shows him what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but she's riding a bigger bike now, so
yeah.
Well, if she gets back on an R7,
yeah, Kayla's good. Kayla's super good.
She is. She switched on.
Yeah,
she podiumed on that
on the Cali.
No, on the R7 Cup or whatever she did last year.
Oh yeah,
she won. She won something.
She won a race too. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on R7 overseas. So
yeah.
We can get into SuperSport first off, because I think it's a good discussion point.
Cam's fellow countrymen just ruining everybody in SuperSport.
I know. So like seeing
what is up with the fast South Africans, dude?
I don't know. There's something in the water over there. I don't know what it is.
It's just interesting to me to see the Yamaha like really strong compared to all the other bikes right now, versus World Supersport where it's just all Ducatis up front and the Yamahas are kind of in the mix. It's just not as good.
It's tough to kind of compare the two because you got to realize the track we were racing on last week. It's bumpy, it's rough, it's brutal, and you kind of look at the history there. Rockwell won his first 600 race there on a 600. Hayes won there last year, so the track's definitely kind to a Yamaha there, but dude,
but Road America, Mathew Road America was insane.
And I honestly, I think Teague and MotoAmerica have done such a good job with keeping the bike somewhat similar, because you look at the top speeds and Matty's still a little bit down.
But his roll speed is insane.
I mean, and we talk about it a lot, and he says the big difference is like he can just kind of crush those dudes on the brakes and keep that roll speed at the same time. So,
right.
But yeah, it's tough because, I think if it was on a smooth world championship circuit like that, it would be a little bit harder.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just the two. Was it Adrian Huertas and Yari Montella are just the two guys up front? Like it's just everybody else behind them too. And they had a good battle in race 1 where Yari was holding them off all the way to the end. Like last turn, Yari spun it up a little bit, and Adrian Huertas beat him to the line. It was insane. And then there's, it's kind of like it sucks because I love super sport racing. Is one of my I actually enjoyed watching a lot of World Super Sport, especially when PJ and Keenan were racing and a lot of that time. But super sport nowadays is just super boring. Like it used to be really good racing, but now not so much. It's better in America, and I think like you said, they did a really good job with the leveling and trying to see that out. So
it's exciting too, because you legit, I mean, you kind of know that Matt's gonna win. Like pretty much. Matt seems to be the guy to beat for sure. Prior to the season, I've said this many times, I had PJ pegged as the championship leader, and but that was before I knew Matt was in the class. And truth be told, if Matt wasn't in the class, PJ would be dominating that class, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. And I think Matty's still, I mean, same as PJ, but I think Matty's starting to figure that 600 out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I'm sure people are going to think I'm biased, and because
no, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, but straight up, Matty, I mean, he's just riding the absolute shit out of that thing,
Yeah.
Well, and some other people thought Tyler was going to be the one to walk away from it because it's his third year in the class. Like he's already had to battle Josh and Zavi, and it was like, it was going to be his year, and dude's been crashing out a lot.
Yeah. Well, like obviously some insights with Matty. I think kind of on average, they showed me the data. They half a second quicker than what they were going last year.
Wow.
At least compared to some of Hayes' data and stuff.
They have it all.
Yeah, dude. I think just all across MotoAmerica at the moment, everything's kind of being elevated.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, awesome. in that super sport class, I mean, Matt kind of gets away. Like he gets away and he's just like wants to be at the front. He's like, check out, I'll mail you a postcard from the podium. Peace out. And but PJ had some good scraps, and man, like 2 laps in a row, he made this like gnarly pass. Like I think he did it to Tyler Scott and T Cobbs, the same pass. And it was PJ?
Like,
huh?
PJ did? Going to that left hand off that little straightaway.
So gnarly.
Another place you want to be stuck on the outside.
Right. Yeah. And I just caught out of the corner of my eye, Trevor Watson said to remind everybody who built Matt's engine. Our boys at Attack Performance built that engine. So go team.
Definitely not a Honda.
Not biased at all. Not this guy. Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We can move on to the ladies racing real quick and just kind of have a chat about just noticing that we do have quite a few more ladies in our championship, and now they've got like a whole world championship now, and Mal Dobbs over there, and the racing was pretty insane with the passing. But I, just my opinion, it just didn't seem as fun to watch when you watch like,
right,
our Twins Cup or something like that. It's just pretty action packed, but hey, they put on a great show, and I will give it to them. Absolutely.
Well, I got some words from Mal Dobbs.
Yeah, bring it in.
She was talking about how tough it was. I mean, literally, like she goes over there, new country, new direct to her, and she's got 25 minutes to learn the place.
Yeah. And
like, here, go learn that track in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was kind of going to happen within that class because, those girls up front that won it. I mean, one of them's raced Moto3 and they've been exposed to that for so long. Because the ladies we have in America, they're no joke. And I think you're just gonna have to give them time. And I think you'll see that gap kind of close up and not just have those two check out. But dude, how cool that they bringing in something like that. I think it's just gonna kind of get more and more people stoked and more females to like, they've got something to work towards now, and like they've got their own world championship that they can go racing. I think it's a good move.
Do you think that the R7 was a good choice in bike rather than like a 600 or something like that?
I think so. I think I think also just in terms of like for sure easier to learn the tracks, for sure easier to work on them, get them set up. Yeah, I think if it was on a 600 or something a little bit bigger, I think you would have seen that gap disparity be quite a bit bigger.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't stick them on like R3s or like 400s.
Yeah, that would have been pretty brutal for sure.
And insulting. It's like, what? Why are you giving me this little bike?
Right. Well, Mal, just to kind of close out that thoughts on that, she did get a penalty and she had to do a ride through, the long lap thing, the long lap penalty. And I guess
wasn't even her fault.
Dude, that was an interesting thing to her, but apparently it's because she got a false neutral going into the corner, third gear wide open, and the girl behind her panicked and tucked the front and bowled her over, and then she got a penalty because she was, quote, extremely slow and irresponsibly riding.
Touring.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some stuff to talk about that this weekend. A lot of us got into trouble.
Oh, you mean the one, dude? You mean the one-way conversation with the Karen of MotoAmerica?
Yeah, but not even that. There were a whole bunch of other guys. Like, dude, it was ridiculous this last weekend. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wow.
Well,
talk about it.
Transitioning into Superbike.
Superbike, yeah.
Let's go.
CP.
Yeah.
Spill the tea, buddy.
So no, there were just so many guys that every single session, all they did was look for a tow. And I get it, when you're slow and you're struggling, like you got to do it. But it gets to a point where it was like, no matter what, every single lap, every time you rode out, there was somebody looking for you. And that stuff gets old pretty quick. And then, some more shenanigans happened in qualifying.
Yeah.
I got screwed because there was 5-6 guys all trying to follow each other, and then Posh and those guys just jumped straight in front of me on my quick lap, and it's there was like a bulletin that came out said we're not allowed doing that, and I got sent to the principal's office. I was like, well, what did I do, dude? Like, I don't want to be followed. I don't want to tow guys around to a quick lap. Same with Bobby. I totally get it. Get it.
Yeah.
And his dip out wasn't even that bad. Like
it looked like he got out of the way.
Transitioning over to the right, and he just kind of pulled off to the left.
I mean, he could have had a mechanical.
Yeah.
Which, and to be honest, I did the one session, and they had me on camera, and they showed it to me when I went up into race control. And I was like, well, my tip over sensor failed. Like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, well, if that happens, you have to pull off to the side of the track. And I'm like, well, if we've got an issue and we can get back to the pits,
I'm going to get back to the pits.
We're going to do that. Like, I want to finish my session. It's qualifying.
Yeah.
We got to get back to the pits.
They sit here and try to make those decisions when they're never on the bike, and they don't even go out there and do that kind of thing. Like, you can say all this all you want, but then at the end of the day, like, we're racers, we got to get stuff done, and we have a job to do. My job is to go fast on the racetrack, and if my bike's not doing it, we got to go fix it.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that video, the exchange, and I watched the reason for the exchange, and I was like, Bobby looked like he came out of the corner and immediately veered left and was like out of the way. And does he really need to go tell mom because like he target fixated or whatever? Like,
he just wanted to get on the videos. I don't know, man. It was just it was so dumb. It was so dumb because Bobby's like, I did it.
I see the frustration. The red mist is.
And I just hope it doesn't get worse and get to that point where everybody's looking for a tow, because I totally get it. Like, Bobby was the fastest guy all weekend. Him and the team have done all this work. It's like, no way I'm giving you a free tow. No way.
Right.
No.
Right.
No, and Josh is coming off of that big win at Road America. He thinks he's going to be at the front of the field at Brainerd because he likes the track, and he's getting his ass kicked. Loris is up there too. Like, where did Loris come from? He was, fighting for a podium. Like, it was
and,
awesome.
and one thing I will say about Heron is you can never count that guy out.
No
matter what happens, like seriously, he's got that grit, he's got that dog in him. Like when those lights go up, he will always find something and be at the front of the race.
Yeah,
for
sure.
He's a super talented dude, man. I mean,
it's just like
his natural
little things are bugging him. It's
like
crazy.
that dude gets away with shit that most people wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
on the
he's
bike,
so talented, and I just hope this doesn't become a theme of people trying to follow each other. And now that everything's so close, I think a lot of it's trying to play mind games, and it's just like, dude, that stuff doesn't work,
Pulling a Marquez.
Yeah.
Mark Marquez.
Yeah.
Like that shit keeps going on. I'm sure Chunky Buns is gonna have a new bet, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
maybe,
yeah,
right? Yeah. I saw her in the
Bobby
comments
and Josh
earlier.
get into a fight? Is that what the bet is?
Oh no.
Irate Barry says Bobby looks like an MMA fighter now with all the tats and stuff.
Yeah, and he's from Stockton. I don't know if I'd want to mess with Bobby.
Dude, like I've heard some shit about the dirt track races of Stockton, bro. Like,
I could only imagine.
I know Nick Moore was from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hear that, dude. Like that's a really strong point, Cam.
I think Stockton was like old school Meta Militia, like battlegrounds up there too.
Was
Everybody's wearing militia gear. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh
yeah.
All the hardcore dirt bikers were wearing militia gear up there, just like hanging out in Riverside and San Bernardino. It's like the same cut.
I don't know.
Maybe some Palmdale action, huh?
No, it's all like Sacramento is all like North Sac and all that is all it's all gentrified now. It's like not the same as it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's all farmland back when I was a kid.
Yeah. A lot of stuff's going that way.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're watching the races, Cam, like what are you looking for? Do you look at the Yamahas over there and compare them to yours, or like what are you looking for, or are you just enjoying it like a fan like us?
Honestly, just kind of enjoying it as a fan. I do look at riding stuff technically that guys are doing.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I learn more from watching my races back, like see what the bike's doing, and that's the main thing I look for is just like, what do we need to do to make our bikes better? Because honestly, like Bob and the wrench and my dad and those guys they've got that thing on rails. Like seriously, even when I watched the race back, I was like, that thing's working. And not taking anything away from Bob, because obviously incredible, but that thing's working pretty damn good.
Yeah.
On a completely different swing arm than you got. They made that over there.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing, man. Like
it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
So Aussie cool. Dave was like, we're just gonna do things just like Richard does.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
He's always just been kind of like either when he was riding, he was like a little around a top 10, maybe a little after top 10 kind of guy. And he's always done his own deal, and then he finally handed it over.
That guy legit does his own thing. He drives the truck, he builds the engines. Like that dude is
and puts in the hours. Obviously my dad he came and stayed with us and went to the shop every day at Marietta, and Dave's in the shop till 2-3 in the morning just grinding.
Right. And I know that Nick Silly kid, I raced with him, and I know he's buddies with Dave, and I think Nick's little brother works for the team as well.
And they super clever guys as well.
Hunter,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, the kid was a smart engineering student type.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people are talking about how their swing arm works and this and that. It's like, dude, they made their own swing arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, would I say that their bike's better than our bike? No, not really.
No, I don't think it's better than our bike. No way. But they've got it working. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have all the resources and stuff we need. I think we're close to being in that window. and mainly I think it's just rear grip. Everything else is so good, and I feel like the way they have their power delivery, they're just able to make the most out of the rear tire.
Well, I kind of want to bring it back to Barber, because I know that was a huge win for you.
Yeah,
that was a huge win, and I've known you since 2019, and I know kind of your progression through riding for the oh gosh, what am I forgetting the name?
Altus.
But, no, not Altus. No,
Omega.
before that, Omega. Yeah, the Omega Yamaha R1. That I don't even want to say it. That was a disaster, but
it looked cool though.
The bike looked cool. I know. Well, because Godin worked on that bike when Jeff was riding it, and they just like slapped the swing arm on, thinking they could just put a Fiber swing arm on it. It was going to go fast. And Mike's like, "Did you do any of the measurements before you put this thing on?" They're like, "What? No, we just threw it on and put a shock on it." He's like, "Oh, geez,
we're going Superbike racing. It's a Superbike."
Yeah. So just knowing all that and just how much you've been working so hard just to get yourself straight and having that win, man. How was that? Like,
yeah, it was big. It was big, especially because I've only had 2 dry wins in my Superbike career. But I needed that so bad, and mainly for my mental, and because I started working with Greg on the mental side of things, and like just finally getting that win, it kind of sparked that, dude, I can do this. I should be able to do this each weekend, and then everybody kind of knows my story, what I've gone through the last 10 months, and it was just like I could finally breathe. Because even
if not everybody knows, like Camp P is talking about deleting unnecessary body parts.
Yeah. My arms are different lengths now, and all kinds of shit. But
wow.
Yeah, dude, it was such a big deal, and then to go back it up the following weekend was even more special. Seriously. So I feel like I'm slowly getting there and like starting to figure things out. I feel like I'm riding way different than I ever have. Like I'm pretty good on the brakes now, which has never happened,
Yeah, you look really good on the bike, at least from my perspective.
I appreciate that, and I'm trying. I'm trying everything I can this year. I've never put in so much work and effort and time into trying to make this thing. Yeah, trying to make it work.
Yeah, well, dude, you belong there. Like, you do belong there, and we all know that you're there, right? And it's just maintaining that and seeing late in the race, like, that's the key, is late in the race, like, not letting them get away and just figuring out with the bike and getting it there and knowing how to go fast. So
and we getting there, and I feel like myself, I just need to kind of put all the pieces of the puzzle together a little bit more,
Well, I know the skipper is working overtime to try to provide you with something you could win on, every weekend.
And I've got something I can win on, I think.
Yeah.
But I think we still outside of that window just a tiny little bit to where we're getting the most out of the bike.
What do you like? I look at the lap times, and a lot of people are talking about the pace and stuff. And quite frankly, like, I don't know if they realize, but like you and Jake and who's the other guy? Let me see. PJ were quicker like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so race 2, Bobby was 5 seconds quicker than race 2 the previous year.
Right.
But
overall distance.
But I think they did change something on the track, because the first year we went there, we were able to do 29s.
Right.
And now, like, to do low 30 is like, that was insanely fast. But then race pace was always around like low 31s, mid 31s.
Yeah.
So I think they did change something on the track, because after that first year, times have kind of crept up a little bit.
Okay. That makes
sense.
And
the surface is getting worse as well,
Yeah. And bumpier.
Like that whole infield section, man, if your wheels weren't on the paint on the inside, you're kind of just stuck in this rut that had like these holes and
Rispoli hit one of them and tossed his bagger.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Mal Dobbs is in the comments.
Hey, Mal. What's going on?
Yeah, dude.
Somebody slid into her DMs to tell Camp he was here.
There you have it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mal's got some pretty funny comments about Brainerd as well. You know, like basically that place sucks.
Yeah, you know,
Wow.
it's not great. Like, dude, the 2.5 hour drive from the airport to the track sucks.
How many propane tank storage, like like King of the Hill type places did you see on the way there from the airport?
It's an interesting place,
right?
You know,
that's the only thing I remember. Like, I mean, driving from the airport to the Brainerd, I swear there's like a propane and propane accessories place, you know, every mile.
Everywhere. I will say though, like that, if they just had to put a new surface around that place, it would be so damn fun to ride. Like the layout's sweet. Turn 1 and 2 is so rad.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like you were jamming in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Man. Like
when
you tip into 2 and the thing's like accelerating on the side of the tire. Tell me how cool it is. Is it scary?
So scary? Every single lap I go into turn 2, I'm not gonna lie, that just the tiniest little thought creeps into my head. Please don't let go.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it's probably the one place out of everywhere that I just don't want to crash.
Like think about turn 1 at Laguna.
Yeah, I think turn 2 at Brainerd's scarier than that.
It is, dude. It is.
Yeah.
It's
so fast, and like surface isn't great. You're on the brakes for like you just touch them and then back on the gas, and the thing's just spinning up at 150 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you look really good.
So like you're not a fan of the idea of racing on the original Brainerd course?
No, I think it would almost be better. Yeah, I think it would be better.
Dude, I didn't pay him to say that or anything. Oh man.
Well, I did want to kind of drop it down to the stock 1000 class for a hot second because Hayden Gillum going down in race 2 was a huge,
he had that thing. Dude, he had that thing hooked up so good. That Honda looks legit, actually. I was like, God damn, that thing looks all right. Like, he was doing like 31s on a stocker. Like, that thing is legit.
Yeah. I think that one lap he did in qualifying would have put him 4th or 5th in Superbike.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, does Trevor have 2 accounts he's commenting from?
I don't know.
Jesus.
That's pretty suspect.
Wow.
He likes us that much.
So the thing just looks like transition from left to right. It looks like it's solid. It looks fast down the straights.
Does Ashton have one of the new bikes as well? Yeah. Is he on?
Ashton's is on a couple years old. Like I got
the one he raced from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I got the scoop from Trevor.
Hayden said that new bike is it works. He said the thing.
I know that Hayden has the K-Tech through rod forks on there and shock, so like the really high dollar stuff.
Right.
And I know that like the other Hondas don't have it.
Yeah, right. So that could be the difference.
That's a big difference because there's no pumping. Like all the other guys are dealing with pumping on that bike, and Hayden's just sticks.
Right.
So there's that 10th or 2 a corner that he's been getting on everybody.
Right.
And the highest paid guy in MotoAmerica probably at the moment.
Dude. Right?
Yeah.
Well, especially I mean, he got double money last weekend because he got that Harley money, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Loudon the weekend before 55 grand.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then and he did that on a Suzuki.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty interesting though, like how that stuff goes, the stock 1000 stuff. And dude, props to Uribe though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, like that guy's been in the paddock for years, like off and on. He's kind of had your story, man. Lost a finger and stuff. Like, He's had all sorts of fucked up rides, and now he's got a good one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was riding a Honda at one point.
Dude, he's been a Honda guy forever. He was
Yeah.
gonna do Honda thing for the Nationals, and then he got the Orange Cat ride, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin did a few wild cards when I was with Broster on the Honda as well. Yeah, he's super camp.
Yeah,
giving us all a nice opportunity at one point. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, Danny. I went and saw Danny at his shop a couple of years ago, and he showed me that they still had the Cosworth motor still waiting to get sold, and they were going to hack up one of the frames. They had to hack up one of the frames and send it back to Japan because it was one of the unmarked ones.
The Crushers.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a dude back in the day that raced at Willow that worked for HRC, and dude, he would basically just cannibalize all the team's bikes because at the end of the season they would just push them into a flatbed and send them into the crusher.
Yeah.
Right.
So sad.
Crazy.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I think Hayden's going to be a tough guy to beat for the. I mean, how many more races do they have? I don't think too many, right?
3 more rounds.
Three more.
Yeah, they got the Ridge.
Laguna,
Ridge and Laguna and Jersey.
Yeah. Hayden's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, 100%. That dude is he should be on a Superbike. Is anybody is anybody suggesting to Terry Vance to do the Honda Superbike thing or what?
Terry's probably looking at that money and he's like,
I mean, probably cheaper than the backers that he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's big money for a Honda Superbike win.
Yeah.
25 large.
Yeah.
Just give them say we're not going to pay you. We're not going to pay you. We're going to give you this bitchin' bike. Go win your salary. Yeah.
So I talked to Bryce.
It would be competitive. You know, if it was something similar to what Lecuona and those guys have, I think it would be competitive.
Right. Well, I mean,
Speaking
I talked to Bryce.
1000 guys. We got Gabriel Da Silva in the chat.
We got Gabe Da Silva in the chat. I talked to Bryce. He's probably at his shop right now working. Because he does kind of work in retail. Bryce, the words that the first word he used to describe his experience at Brainerd was interesting.
Was that his first time there?
Yeah. He's like, oh, that place is interesting.
It is interesting.
My boy Benny was top Yamaha.
Yeah, dude. Ben Smith was riding good this weekend, man. Like he was on one. He looked racy as shit.
Yeah, first session out, like on Friday, very first session we went out and Ben was like just a little bit in front of me, and it took me quite a while to close the gap. I was like, damn. And at the time I couldn't really see who it was, and I was like, who is that? And I got closer to him. He was riding great. He really was.
Yeah, I've been sending him over to my wife's gym to get beefed up and ready to go.
Yeah, because Cam's super beefed up. Jake is super beefed up.
Funny enough though, I did coming away from Brainerd, I was like, dude, I need to get stronger. I do need to get beefed up a little bit more.
Yeah, you start eating peanut butter, dude. I heard the Jake Lewis diet, bro.
PB&J's and Natty Light.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, PB&J's and Natty Light. That's I think, is that a t-shirt?
Right. Well, speaking of dad bods, should we talk about King of the Baggers? Rocco getting on the box in King of the Baggers was a big deal.
Dude,
he did it in the Twins Cup. And I know that Twins Cup is looking awesome right now with 2 Suzukis and Aprilia, but I just want to talk about Rocco because, holy crap, man. He put a move. He put a move on Troy.
Corner.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He wanted it, dude.
Was he running that Yamaha line through there?
He must have been.
I mean, clearly he was, right?
No, it's clearly a big deal, again, that bagger class it's no joke what they've done to that thing.
Yeah. You know, one thing I noticed about that race, this is actually post-race, you know, Rocco ended up on the box. And you know, you know how you guys do, like you the post-race cool off lap, you know, fist bump, shake hands, shit.
Tyler O'Hara,
dude, he goes and reaches out to Tyler O'Hara and gets nothing, bro.
And he shook his head. He was like,
"What a fucking dirtbag!" There you go. Like, what a dick.
Yeah, Tyler's all business when it comes to racing and
dude,
stuff.
Last time I checked, Tyler's good, but he's not fucking Matt Mladen. Bottom line. That's shit's fuck that, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler's I get along great with Tyler, but yeah, it doesn't hurt to just reach over and show some respect.
At least a fist bump, yeah.
Yeah, and it's his first podium, and it's a big deal. It's not that easy in the bagger class. Like those guys rip.
Yeah.
To beat Herfoss and to beat Wyman and like, dude.
Yeah, a bunch of murderers in that class, dude.
Yeah.
And Herfoss, that dude's hilarious. Like when he doesn't win, he's just like, mate.
that kid's eager.
Dude, so fun, man.
Yeah. Troy's a super nice guy.
Yeah. But the guy also, like, I mean, he comes from Australian Superbike, which basically all the tracks over there are like Brainerd, right?
Yeah.
Except for two of them.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are similar.
Right. Malala. It's like Malala in South Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you've been there? Fancy pants.
My brother lives like a mile from there, like whatever.
All right, so I think it's time to finish up with the big topic, World Superbike.
Fucking aliens.
Let's roll.
Aliens. Yeah.
Dude.
Man,
what did you think? Oh, I want to hear Cam. Cam.
Yeah, dude, I get so excited for World Superbike. That racing's, you know, it's so good, but I didn't expect Toprak to do this, you know. I know Bautista, they've been struggling a little bit since they had to add weight, and but it looked like wherever they were last, was it Assen? I think was Assen last race. It looked like Bautista was starting to figure things out.
Right.
But there was no beating Toprak this weekend. Holy smokes. I mean, what that guy does on a motorcycle it's mind-blowing. It's like, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
No, it's just like so precise, so smooth. He doesn't do much on the bike, you know, like nothing fancy in terms of body position, and like, dude, it's just his feel must be the best ever. That's what it looks like.
I mean, you hear it too. Like he's like, even in the slow stuff, like it sounds like he's wringing the thing's neck.
Yeah,
and when his back shifts are so seamless, just like ding, 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 like
that's the thing. I think he's so good with the rear brake. Like you would see him, you know, that section off the back straight, right, and it gets tight until you get to the hairpin.
Yeah, and he squares it up.
Even the right hander
kicks the rear end out a little bit.
Yeah, or the right hander even before getting on that straight. I mean, he's got it so perfectly sliding. And Ricky, you said it earlier, like it's almost like he's got front end like dirt track style. It's almost like you've got both the things sliding into the corner, and it's so seamless to the like transition of him getting on the gas.
Yeah,
it's pretty special.
Do you think it's a lot of that super motard riding he's doing in Turkey
at
Keenan's place? Like, dude, those guys ride like all day long.
Yeah, I think so, because like you watch them ride that thing, and even the little bit I've done on a CBR 250 back in South Africa, like when you ride those small bikes on the car track, you have to get them stepped out and sideways like that to go fast and get them
to make the corner
super tight corners. And it looks like he rides that exactly the same as he does a superbike.
Wow, man.
It's like no difference.
Yeah. That dude's confidence in the front, confidence on the brakes, like it's
and
crazy.
He's all crossed up, going up into the corner, leaned over, and then just somehow turns the front wheel just a little bit and picks up the gas.
But it looks like he's barely moving his body.
Yeah.
Like he just kind of like there.
So simple. So simple.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. A couple years ago when the team was in Portugal, I got a tour of the Yamaha garage, and they were showing me like they had a drawer with all his boots in it, and they're like, oh yeah, he goes through like 13 lefts and like 9 rights, or vice versa at this track. So like the team has
just that
no
day.
in one weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, like he'll go through like and depending on the track layout, if it's a mostly right-handers, then they probably have to bring him 14 or 15 right boots.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow, for all the sessions. That's wild.
Like, could you imagine? Like I'm a club racer dummy. Like I get a pair of boots every year from Alpine Star.
Well, I feel
like
sorry for Denise. Just buying those things out.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I remember, I think Heath was telling me one time that that Wyman was getting a bunch of boots when he was doing the Ducati thing because he was dragging his foot a lot. And they're like, hey, could you like not do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Rossi.
Yeah. Right.
So do you think that this is like a Johnny Ray with Kawasaki in the making? Like, does that look like it? And I know things have been said today. I saw on the news, like Toprak could be the guy that BMW enters MotoGP with. Does Toprak leave and go to MotoGP and give up being 5-time world champion and world Superbike?
Yeah, I think he has to, right? You can't be that good and not go to MotoGP. The thing is, I think he'll probably be the tallest, biggest guy to ever ride a MotoGP bike. So that would be difficult. But
is he taller than Scott?
Yeah, I forgot Redding.
That's right.
And
I think everybody else forgot Redding in GP too.
Yeah, and Loris. Loris rode.
Yeah, that's true.
Ducati too, yeah.
Dude, that's true. Loris is a super tall guy. But like in terms of domination, I still think Buliga is going to have something to say. Can't forget he's a rookie.
Yeah. He rode really well.
Yeah, and I think time management more so on the Pirellis kind of comes into play. So he's still trying to figure all that out. So I don't know, but yeah, Toprak's if they're starting to figure that BMW out like they did this last weekend, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like it's always been, where some tracks the Ducati is really good, and some tracks the Yamaha has been really good, right? So
yeah,
it could be something like that maybe, because it's pretty competitive at the front there. Like that top 4. I mean, obviously this weekend it was first place, and then Buliga was kind of there.
No, Buliga was there. He led the race for a little while until Toprak caught.
Basically, World Superbike is 3rd to 6th.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Laka being the top Yamaha and Johnny Ray being nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, dude, it is not his year, man.
Like he just doesn't look too good on that thing. Like honestly, he doesn't look, even riding style wise. And I know it's evolved since his when he was dominating, but he just doesn't look like the same guy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, something. I mean, talk a little bit about how important it is to get the things set up so your confidence goes up, right? Like, you take a bunch of smashes to the face. Like, what does that do to your confidence?
Confidence is everything. If you don't have confidence and trust in like what you have underneath you, then you especially at that level, you're never going to be able to make up that last little bit. And I don't want to come in and sound like I know how to set a bike and stuff up, but just watching the Yamahas, don't they look super low in the rear to you?
They do, compared to ours.
Yeah,
but the thing is, if you got to remember, like our bikes have that weird no subframe thing happening. So like Richard's bikes always look taller anyway.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. But it does. Their bikes just look super squatted at the back the whole time.
Yeah.
And I did notice that Lowe's was riding a lot better now that he's with Parariba, and I wonder if Johnny would have taken Parariba with him to Yamaha, if that would have been a better deal.
Yeah, it's tough to say, but I don't know if you remember at Phillip Island. Was Phillip Island the first race of the season? I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and Alex won but 2 races there, right?
Yeah.
And they showed a clip, and Johnny was riding past the one time, and you see he's just like pointing at the Kawasaki, like, damn, did I make a big mistake? You know?
Yeah.
Because for sure, yeah, Alex is riding better than he ever has.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you use the logic though, right? I mean, the guy that was kicking his ass was all the time was riding a Yamaha.
Yeah.
That guy left. I mean,
you know, sometimes you need a change. He'd been with them for so long. You know, you hear like Ryan Villapoto talk about it with his motocross career. He probably would have stuck around a lot longer if he was able to make a change. And like
somebody's listening to Gypsy Tales.
yeah. All those long drives to go testing in Arizona.
Oh, you drive to Arizona?
Yeah.
Dude, it's an hour flight,
when I say
bro.
long, it's 5.5 hours.
It's an hour flight.
Yeah. It's probably cheaper to fly as well.
It probably is.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it is.
So
yeah.
World Superbike's interesting. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to see the Yamahas not be able to really put up a fight up there.
It just goes to show how good Toprak is. Like,
yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Laka's looking a lot stronger this year. I mean, dude, the Yamaha did not look that slow at Phillip Island, and that would have been one of the tracks that they were going to be a big disparity in speed coming down that front straight. And he had it cooking pretty good. Like, he wasn't losing a lot like last year.
No. I mean, Phillip Island, I think he for sure was the strongest guy on track, probably the fastest guy.
Yeah.
Just wasn't able to get it at the end there.
Yeah. And but what about the exit of Bonovo? That announcement, that was huge because that means Garrett Gerloff's going to be looking for a job.
Right. Yeah. I see a lot of comments in here about that from Trevor.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, he's going to be on a Honda Superbike next year, maybe.
Honestly, I wonder what Garrett's plan would be. I wonder if he wants to stick around and try and make it work over there or come home. Because that would be someone that's in the mix now without a ride.
Or if Joe leaves to go Moto2.
You think that he would go there?
Somebody brought it up today. I saw it and I was like, I didn't even put that in the realm of possibility, but you got Pirelli's and, you know, all the circuits he pretty much has been to.
I mean, it's been a long time, but Garrett was so damn good on a 600 as well.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that's something that could be.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that.
That could be interesting. You know, I mean, that team that Joe's riding for is doing good things this year, it seems like.
Both of them. I mean, Marcos, he's riding really well too.
Yeah, he
was actually riding better than Joe in the very beginning, but like Joe's kicking ass.
Right.
Yeah, it's so cool to see.
Dude, that Magellan win was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So you know, Locatelli's bike looks good. Like, he's just a little bit off, right? But that class is so competitive. It's like you're a 10th off, and all of a sudden you're
you got 4 more guys in front of you.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that from Johnny. I honestly didn't. I thought it was kind of going to be the same thing,
like a lateral move, right? Like,
like them 3, those 4 guys now with Bulaga. I thought it was kind of going to be the same thing.
Could he have like a secret injury that he's not telling anybody?
I mean, who knows? I don't think so. You know. I don't think like the whole road.
I mean, he clearly didn't forget how to ride.
Yeah.
Like one morning he woke up and was like, "Fuck, I don't know how to ride anymore." Like, he didn't do that.
But again, like maybe the level. You know how it does year to year. The level just steps up that much.
Right.
And I don't know. Maybe it's at that point now where you just can't find that little bit extra.
Yeah, because he was struggling on the Cowie last couple of years. He just and last year was really bad.
Yeah.
And you know that sparked him to leave. But it's like, is it just him not being able to ride at that level anymore, or is it like the Cowie got really crappy.
Like Trevor says, Johnny's just doing the retirement paycheck thing.
I mean, I think he still has it in him. It's just the problem is he can't get comfortable on the bike anymore. The Cowie changed. Everybody talks about the Cowie changed. And then, Alex Lowe's got a resurgent with Johnny's old crew chief, and they've maybe put a little bit into that bike. They kind of got it working again. But, the Yamaha, he goes to a completely different platform, totally different riding style. And
yeah, and you're right. I didn't even think about the last couple of years. Like, when, especially last year, I think Johnny kind of crashed more than he ever has. Johnny's never really been a crasher.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's just like rolled over into all of this. And like you said, confidence isn't there to go get it. I think it's just a combination of things. But for sure, Johnny's still got it. Like
Yeah, like I said, he didn't wake up one morning and go, "Shit, I forgot how to ride."
Yeah.
It's there. He just doesn't have the bike he can do it on.
Yeah, and he's not even that old. Like, dude's probably still in his prime. He's totally fine. But it's just, I didn't even think about those last few years in Kawasaki probably affecting what he's doing now.
Right.
Yeah, Gabriel brings up the rules leveling too.
I'm going through the comments right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Something about Chunky Bones talking about her recent bets and Twisted Tees in action.
Oh,
I don't know what that means. She's gonna get $500 by the end of the season.
Oh, so she's throwing a Twisted Tea
so
party?
She's already, apparently so.
Man.
The Hawk-Ta girl.
Yeah, we don't need to go into
that. Yeah, championship could go any way at this point. Marquez probably performs his best under pressure between the top three in GP.
Yeah, real quick, what do you think about the Marquez and the Ducati?
Crazy. I mean, the whole deal they saw now, but obviously, I'm a big Marc Marquez fan. Have been since he was a little kid on 125s. But it just, dude, what a big move. To get rid of Red Bull and a lot of other big personal sponsors he had.
Is he getting rid of Red Bull?
Yeah, I mean the factory team's all monstered up. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to.
I don't know.
Unless the factory
I don't
team
know
switches
if
to Red
Monster's if they're either a team sponsor or if it's like a Pecco
It's on the
sponsor.
bottom of their bikes.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
Maybe next season it'll say Red Bull there.
Yeah, because maybe Marquez is like, hey, put up a deal with Red Bull Ducati.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because, I mean, they left Honda to go with him. So, yeah. But I'm happy to see it. I want to see him win another championship, and it's exciting. And again, it just proves how good those things are.
Yeah.
So
Marini can barely.
Smith Shot Racing is talking about the being excited that you're on. And he's like, oh, look, it's Cam Petersen, except with an SEN instead of SON.
He had the SEN?
Yeah, it says, but with an SEN.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's been going on with that, dude?
Dude, it's my whole life. It's my whole life. I've got there were just a few posters and pit wall banners and stuff. That's always had the SON. I mean, in 2020 on the Stock 1000, I got 4 sets of leathers to race that year, and it all had my last name spelled wrong on the back.
No.
Yeah. So it's just I've been thinking about changing my last name to SON.
There you go. I mean, back in the day,
how does Pops think about that?
Yeah. Back in the day, Ben Spies, everybody thought his name was Spies. And so when he was riding for Richard in the early 2000s, he was wearing leathers that said SPEEZ.
Oh, yeah, I did see those.
Spies.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this is how you say it, assholes. So there you go. Maybe you should do some kind of like phonetics spelling of your name.
Petersen.
Petersen.
Oh, I like that. All in caps.
Cam Petersen.
Yep.
I don't know.
There we go.
Don't have Cam Petersen.
If we can do something with that,
dude. The Cam Petersen has already
sent
it.
Cam Peters send it.
Like I don't know if Stamboli would be cool with that.
Hey, no more of that. We're done.
No more. No, we're done. We're done. No more of that.
Apparently, Trevor said there was a Harbor Freight commercial at the beginning of this show.
Yeah, because I was talking about In-N-Out Harbor Freight. Or no, I said Northern Tool In-N-Out Racing. That's what I wanted to see show up.
Okay. Yeah. And then Ride to Death says he keeps hearing about Bobby Fong's swing arm. Any idea what difference between theirs and the Attacks is?
Who knows? Who knows?
Magic.
Let's see. MotoAmerica's Smith Shot says MotoAmerica is beginning to look a lot like BSB. Good racing, and we have no clue who's going to win. I love this. I love it this year.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's pretty accurate, man.
I don't know about the British commentating from this last time with the
dude. I got a lot of hate.
Stock 100.
Dude, I got a lot of hate texts about that.
Yes. She was talking to Ashton Yates, and they have a shot of his dad and Lucky, and she was like, "Oh, your dad's watching from on the TV. He's pretty proud for Father's Day." And he was like, and they're right there, and Aaron's
the look on his face, dude.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, and she's like, "Oh yeah, racing stock 100," and it's like,
"Yeah, dude,
the 100 class is gonna be crazy next year."
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only the only 100 class is underneath Bobby's hat, dude. Like, right? The XR 100s
or the 120 TTR 125s.
Oh yeah, that's right. He switched to Yamaha, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Right on.
So, yeah, we got the Ridge coming up.
Yeah, what's the plan, dude?
A place that you are a fan of, right? You're a fan of the Ridge.
Yeah. I'm tricking myself. I'm a fan of everywhere. No, the Ridge is good. Yeah, the bikes go really good there. Tracks so fun. I mean, it's got so much character to that place. So looking forward to it. Again, I think it's just going to be a dogfight at the front. I think with the way everything is, and especially with the tires, the way the tires are now, I feel like we kind of all get to that spot, and then it's like it's hard to find something big right at that point. So and again, I think I've got a good idea. I want to hop on a call with the skipper, because after watching the races back and kind of thinking about it more, I've got an idea of what I need, I think.
Watching last year's race?
No, just like watching Brainerd.
Okay.
And like a few of the races this year, and kind of struggling with the same thing each and every round. I was literally today, it kind of just popped into my head. So I think we just need some right at initial crack of the throttle. I think we just need to tame it down a little bit.
Nice.
And so no, I think it's gonna be good.
Staying out of the initial chicane melee on the first lap.
Yeah. Qualifying on the front row there is actually a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal to kind of get out of all that shenanigans, because it's scary.
How many times are you in first gear at the Ridge? Like 4?
Yeah, I mean a lot actually. Yeah. So like obviously chicane,
top of the hill,
that left-hander, that next right, like, so we in first
Lombard Street.
Yeah.
Dude, it's Lombard Street. Anybody that's been to San Francisco, if you could picture putting a bunch of planter boxes and garages and shit on the sides of that, it's Lombard Street.
It does look like it.
No, it is.
That's for sure.
It's not a corkscrew.
Yeah,
it's definitely not a corkscrew.
Yeah, it's wild.
Right? At the ridge, that shit's not a corkscrew, right?
No, not quite the same.
It's like a staircase. It's like a spiral staircase going down.
That
Right.
I mean, I think it's the slowest slowest corner probably in the world. That right at the top there, that left hander. I don't think the track corner that's slow. Anyway,
and you're coming out of that last right hander, or how fast before you get there?
You get up to second, then back to first, right?
No, it's come out first, second, third. So we going pretty good, and then down.
They got one of them fancy gearboxes there, Ricky-Bobby. It's not like a regular one.
Yeah, no neutral, man. No neutral. Neutral's gone, man.
The ratios are a little different, that's for sure.
Yeah, right on. Let's see. Brooke Koopman says he's very happy for you. Last year was tough with you having your wrist surgery, and he says that you're back and looking like a champ.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we still got work to do. We're getting there.
Inching forward, I check in with the skipper multiple times during the weekend. He was like, dude, Cam's making progress.
Yeah, and again, the results didn't really show it, but it's kind of the first weekend in a long time that every single session I think I was top 2, at least top 3. So like making progress.
Yeah, and you're just building to the last couple rounds. It's like that's like a lot of things is, if you start out too strong and then sometimes people just die out like mid-season and just start losing their groove, but you want to build it into something where you're hitting it hitting your stride right at the right moment, and you're just like chipping away and getting those key podium positions and making sure you're staying consistent.
That's the main thing this year is like making sure you get points every single race. Without those 3 DNFs, I might have been leading the thing by now. So finishing the races it's clutch.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of comments, including one from one of your crew members.
Mr. Water Buckets.
ED himself. ED. ED, and then
I was gonna call him the man, but let's wait to see.
And Trevor Watson. Trevor Watson just called you out for it later in the show, and basically he's saying that, did you get that bug yet?
Hey,
I haven't noticed, but apparently they have.
Behind the camera.
Yeah. There you go. It's behind the camera now, Trev. Waiting for you. He's gonna invite you over to hang out with it. Yeah. So you share your the rider lounge and the pit, and with arguably one of your best friends, Jake Gagne, champ, 3-time in a row champ, and it's been a tough season for your teammate this year, man. Like, how's that been for like you and the whole dynamic?
Yeah, man, it's so hard to see. I feel so bad for JG, and it's like it's weird. We don't know what's going on because even this last weekend he would come in from a session and he'd be like, yeah, feel my form, and it wasn't even pumped up, but his hand is just completely asleep. But he'll figure it out. If anybody's gonna make something work, it's JG.
He texted me. He said he's gonna get it sorted.
Yeah.
His attitude is like through the roof, positive.
And that's it. Even throughout the weekends, like even with him going through all that shit, like he's still so positive and like still so good to the team. And but it's so weird how kind of boom came out of nowhere. Because even preseason testing and stuff, it didn't seem to be that bad. And then something happened. So but he'll figure it out and he'll be back. He's not out of this championship either. You can't count him out.
No, you can't count out the champ, dude.
It was awesome to see at Road America when he came from behind and congratulated you on beating him, because he was like, "All right, leave me alone, you son of a bitch."
That was so fun, dude. I think we were both just so happy we made it to the finish.
Yeah,
it was sketchy as hell.
Yeah,
so there's a couple more MotoAmerica people joining the chat here. We've got Joel, aka the Pinky, Ullman.
Oh,
Sorry,
Stock
Joel.
1000?
Yeah. And then we've got Tyler Bankford. Tyler Bankford's joined us. Tyler had a pretty significant off in race 1 in Stock 1000, and the boys helped get his shit back together, and he was on the grid on Sunday. So good on him.
Yeah.
So Joel's got an interesting question that I just read, and I lost it. Let's see. Oh, you've been talking about working with the tire warmer guy for your mental stuff, and like what's changed mentally this year compared to the last several years? Because you said like working with a mental coach, that's kind of new territory for motorbike racers, right? Or am I crazy?
No, I think there are people out there that it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. And yeah, it's funny. Greg's, when you start talking to Greg and you get to know him, he's a lot more than a tire warmer guy. I'll tell you that.
I know he is. I'm just giving you shit, man.
Yeah, it's just the work we've done. It's just kind of becoming aware of what's going on and having the tools to kind of always stay within this mental area that you need to be in to be successful and race motorcycles. So I think like the main thing that we've done is figure out and become aware of what's going on inside my head, and dude, it's sparked motivation again, and it makes me like I feel like I did when I was 12, 13 years old when it comes to motorcycles. Like I'm so amped more than I have been for a while. And yeah, just kind of believing.
You got this shit, dude.
Sounds so simple and
yeah.
But yeah, it's like for the first time in a long time, I do. I've kind of just been pretty happy with showing up and finishing second, getting an occasional win, being on the podium, like obviously doing the best I can. But now I'm not stoked with that stuff anymore. I'm there to win, and I know I can. And I think that's been the biggest thing is like figuring that stuff out.
Ty says that you're his inspiration when he races.
I think he's lying about that one.
Yeah.
Well, he also said his wife did most of the mechanic work. That's probably not a lie. I had his wife Rainey on the show one time, and she was talking about like building an R6 engine in the garage at the house. Like, she's badass,
she's
dude.
hands-on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay. I think this is Trevor. I don't know. It's got to be Trevor.
No. I think that's World Traveler is
World Traveler.
my buddy Hank. No, that's Hank. He's
Oh, is it Hank?
He's on Track Day Junkies. Yeah.
Does Cam even read the Tuesday trash talk on Track Day Junkies?
Yeah. No, because he's not in there. Why is he going to be in there? Come on,
I'm
dude.
not in there. I don't even read that stuff.
No, Dustin, I'm only in there.
All I get is when Chunky Buns sends me a meme. That's what I get. Or you send me a meme.
Yeah.
Memes. I'm not in that. Whatever.
Yeah, for the mental coach, you're getting yourself in your working window. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So that headspace and making sure that any doubt that pops in your mind,
dude, he knows he's gonna win. That's what he's mentally preparing for. He's preparing himself so he knows when he shows up the track, he knows he's gonna win this shit.
Yeah. Well, and dude, we've done a bunch of work, but I've never been this consistent, so it's paying off. It's paying off for sure.
Yeah,
right on.
Dustin, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of top level riders that
have
use
mental coaches.
Yes, absolutely. Dirt bike guys, a lot of dirt bike guys got them.
Yeah. Us riders, man. We emotional softies. We need somebody. We need a babysitter.
Emotional softies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the guy I mentioned earlier, Matt Mladen, like that dude was not a mental softie at all. Like that dude was hard edged all the time,
That guy messed with his competitors.
Dude, he did.
A lot.
He did.
I heard a story about him putting pictures of Ben Spies' girl naked in the pit on the screens when Ben walked up.
I mean,
that stuff happens to me. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you want to play games when it like get to that level, you want to get personal, then
you're gonna get personal.
Ben just turned it around and whooped his ass on the track.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's one way to do it as well.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to do it, honestly.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Trevor says he has a new nickname of Trev Limiter, and all of a sudden he thinks I'm commenting from every account that has a T in it. Precisely.
I do.
And you know what? I wouldn't. Hey, Bobby? Would you put that past Trevor posting from multiple accounts at the same time?
But World Traveler doesn't see it. It would be like
I don't know
HRC Meister or something or HRC.
Right.
Cam, I did have a question. So I saw you're playing golf with one of my buds, Dean Wilson, if I'm not mistaken, out there in Temecula not long ago.
No, I haven't played golf with Dina.
No, who was it? Oh, and I saw you picture with was it? Oh no, who was it?
I mean,
just a heads up, Ricky Bobby's a little bit of a stalker.
No,
throw it.
No, I just watched social media.
So no,
it was
seen Cerulo, Twitch.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. It was Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, what's your deal with golf, dude? Like, what is that?
It's just fucking one of the greatest things ever created. I am fully 110% addicted to golf.
Are you?
Yeah, like when I'm done racing, I'm going to work and I'm gonna make the senior tour.
That's awesome.
Make the senior tour.
That's my goal.
Have you played with Kyle?
Kyle Wyman. We played a couple rounds together for sure.
I know
but it's been a long time since we last played.
I know Rispoli plays. I wouldn't say JD plays. I think he hacks it around a little bit, but
Jiggy's out there having a good time.
Yeah, he's out there plays his cleated flip flops.
Apparently Hayden's also hitting the ball pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't do it, dude.
Jiggy, Hayden, my dad, and Lewis, they go to the golf course pretty often.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the super camp boys go out there.
Those boys have been looking after my dad in Kentucky. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and I know. I was texting Danny about his move to Kentucky because I'm headed up.
Oh, Danny just moved there as well.
Yeah. He said JD said he was 4 miles from his house. So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's anytime they go riding or anything, my dad's getting messages and stuff. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
I don't know, the cycling thing. That's where I'm at, dude. I can't mess around with playing golf, or I don't have time for that.
Oh man.
Yeah, supposedly new bike day is coming, so we'll see.
Oh yeah.
The Madone SLR action is supposed to be coming any day now. Cam knows, like, I'm doing that tour thing again, San Francisco to LA, and it looks like we gotta deal with Trek.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Like, a couple of fat dudes that are old get a deal with Trek. I don't know. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So
dude, this has been fun, Cam. I appreciate you jumping in here and joining us, man.
Yeah, finally I was actually able to come chat to the boys.
Well, you're always busy. You're always on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we were gonna do one, the race team ended up testing at Mithos, right?
Yeah. I actually didn't go play golf today with Cian Cerula to do this. So
really?
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
I see how this is like name dropping.
The weekend hangover took priority over his golf game. So like
over golfing with AC, man.
That's how important this is to me.
All right. But he's retired. He can play golf anytime he wants now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So when's the next weekend hangover we got? Because tomorrow night is the next episode of Superbike Genius. So I'm going to talk to Richard.
We got 2 weeks.
And I'm going to feed him all the shit that he said tonight. So
I was going to say, is there any race in this next week?
He's probably watching.
No, there's nothing this week. We got the Ridge. Let me see. I got the whole schedule up here. Hold on a second. Stand by.
Yeah, Bobby keeps track of all this.
Yeah, we got the Ridge and MotoGP Assen.
Okay.
And then after that, we have MotoGP at the Saxon Ring, then Laguna World Superbike at Donington, and then World Superbike Most. And that ends out July.
That's crazy.
So
have we decided that Trevor Watson's new nickname is Macaroni Necklace?
I don't know. He just comes up with these goober names.
He's
they need to end it on Macaroni Necklace.
Macaroni Necklace. Woo! Hamky, thanks for coming, dude. I really appreciate it.
Guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
We out.